Hey everyone! Today I'm showing you 3 strap lock mechanisms where you don't have to modify your guitar. I'm having here 3 different strap lock mechanisms. The one from the Dario, the Dunlop LOK Strap Block. Then we're having from Fender the Strap Blocks, and from Dunlop the lock strap system. All 3 of them are approximately in the same price category. With the Dunlop you get a pack of 3, which costs about €6. With the Dario you get this pack of 2, where you pay €4 for both. And the more affordable one even are the Fender Strap Blocks, which costs €5 for 4 pieces. There is also a pack, you can see, with 2 red and 2 black ones, and there is also one with 4 black ones. I think all of them have their own advantage and disadvantages, and we'll jump right into that. All 3 systems work in a different manner. The one from the Dario is actually just a clip that has a larger hole on the bottom side that you push on your strap pin, and then you pull it over into the smaller hole, and then this flap over here should go underneath it and lock it and secure your pin over there. We'll show it later on a few guitars. Here the Fender one is the most simple one. It's just an O-ring, so it's a rubber ring with a little bit more diameter than on some of your beer bottles, and that one is also pushed over it and should secure it underneath. The Dunlop one has such a rotating mechanism, and you rotate it on one side to get the large hole, and they are not centric, the holes over here. So the large hole, you turn it over and you have that smaller overlapping part, which in the end should lock the guitar. So which one has which advantages? Well, this one, I'm not really trusting this one, to be honest. It turns really easily. I would not trust it to do such a 360 flip, because if I get to it while playing and somehow accidentally turn it, it might be lost. Is it better than nothing? Definitely. Similar thing with the rubber over here. You put it over it, and still with pushing it and enlarging the hole while pushing over it, the same can go on the other side. It does, however, certainly make it harder to get out, but it's not a certain lock. The Dario, on the other hand, really can lock it on certain strap buttons, but not on all. We're gonna show you this. Here you can see my Gibson 335 with its strap button on the bottom side. For that one, currently I'm using the Dario one. You simply press it over here, and you see the clamp gets down here and secures it. With this pin, I'm not 100% sure that this clamp actually secures it all the time. You can see if I push a little bit over here, I might get it with some force over here. Given it's really unlikely, still it's not as secure as it can be. The clamp does not reach under the pin itself, and as such it has some play and it can wiggle around. And what you can also see, you might have wondered about the shape over here, it is also intended to get the cable through here. And what I don't really like about it is, to get the cable inside, you always have to open the clamp and push it down there. And with this, the clamp loosens with time and it might not hold on as good as it used in the beginning. These are some concerns I'm having with this system, so I'm not using it with a cable actually. I still use the old method where you put the cable over here through the strap. Other than that, I think this system is really good on this part. On the back side of the 335, I prefer the Dunlop one. You can see it's pressed quite firmly from the strap to the strap pin, and it's not that easy actually to turn it as it used to be. You see, I need some considerable amount of force to turn it and open it. Still, it is possible. So I would not trust it to 360 throw. Why I like this system better over here is the lower profile. If we take the Dario for example to it, you have again this clamp. It takes up some space over here, and if I put the guitar into a case with this one, I can leave the strap on. That's what I usually do. And for that matter, if I would do this over here, I have the fear of the pressure of the guitar snapping either that strap lock over here or, even worse, damaging somehow my guitar. So that's not an option. The other viable option I see for the backside of my 335 is the Fender Strap Block. That rubber piece is actually quite hard when new to get over here. You see, I need a considerable amount of force, and when it's on there, you see, it really holds it in place. I don't see that one really going there, but it's not a locking mechanism per se. So still, I'd be careful with time, especially with rubber, because yeah, if the rubber loosens its moisture, it might get porous and strip off at some point. This might also happen with plastic, but it's less likely. Also, if you're removing your strap on several occasions, that strap block might loosen its hole and it will not hold up as good as the Dunlop, for example. Because that one, just there's nothing that really would change on that. At least I cannot see it right now, how that one should change. It's easy going as it is already when you don't have it attached, so it won't get any more loose than this. So, and if it does, the real thing holding it in place is actually the strap with the strap button itself. Here you see Lucas's Fender road-worn 60s Stratocaster, and that one has actually wider strap buttons. You can see how that one actually reaches over the clamp. You really have to pull it over here and push it around to open it and get it away. It's really not easy, and on that guitar I would really trust pretty much everything on it to not get away. You see, that one, I see it not possible to get away. What I see as a little disadvantage is the really huge space it covers over here. Optically, I don't like it on the upper strap button. I much more prefer it on the lower one, because there you can also make sense of that loop that's intended for the guitar cable. Still, I would not use it for that. Because again, if you see, you would have to get around everything over here, insert the cable, get it back down. Yeah, I don't see any real use on that one if you're not having the cable permanently attached to the guitar, and I don't know who would have this. So you see, each of these systems have their pros and their cons. The optically most pleasing to my eyes are the Fender Strap Blocks. It's the one where I have the most concerns about durability, to be honest. Speaking of several years, not over 1 year, but if you change those probably every year, I don't see a problem at all. Then you have the Dario, which I consider a really secure lock on most guitars, depending on the strap button, but I also trust it on my 335. And then you have the Dunlop ones. I think they are pretty much a compromise of both. I think you can use them on where you want a smaller profile of your strap lock system, and you want some locking mechanism where you can really twist it somehow and really lock it in place. I would not trust it to not move under extreme conditions. So this one is also to be taken care of really, and see if it has changed eventually during a gig, if it has moved. So far I couldn't see it. I have used it now for quite some time on my 335 when playing at home. Obviously that's not a gigging situation, but I didn't see any problems there yet. Other than that, you always have the option to use real strap lock systems like the Schaller Strap Blocks, but also consider that a set of those for one guitar will cost you from 19 euros upwards to 30, depending on the material you want to use, and that's a hefty price. The pins alone cost 10 euros and you have to install them on your guitar, you have to modify your guitar. That's all something to consider when buying something. And again, I would have to remove the strap from a 335, for example, because they are much deeper on the back side when putting my 335 into a case, and I don't want to do this. I want to have it just all together, take it out and take it with me. That's all things why I have been looking for solutions like these, or the Dunlop ones, and in the end I've chosen a mix of those. The Dario on the bottom side, and either the Fender one or the Dunlop one on the top side of the guitar. That's what I prefer. I hope this video was informative for you, and if so, please leave a comment and see you in another video. Bye!